from the best. He goes all the way to Australia to bring us these ribeyes. These are grass-fed, what you're getting right here. Beautiful cuts of meat. Again, his background was as a butcher. So you're not only going to get the most beautiful steaks, you are going to get an entire 2, 4, 6, 8 of these. You're getting 8, each one 10 ounces. So if you're like me, I'm probably gonna eat half of this. But if you like a great big steak, 10 ounces each. Feature price today, $134.95, 4 flex payments. We're shipping these to you, again, absolutely free today. I would love for you just to look at the thickness of this. If we can get our camera down a little bit lower, thank you, that is perfect. Look at the thickness of this. And each one, again, is gonna come individually wrapped. And Chef, when you look at even the packaging on this, the packaging is so much more expensive to do this, but this keeps it even fresher. So you're not opening a package and letting all that air in. Every time you open this, it is going to be the most amazing, truly like a restaurant experience, a steakhouse in your house.
Yeah, Alice, you are absolutely right. Now, I mean, have a look at this thing of beauty on my cutting board. I mean, imagine serving this up to your family. I'm gonna take a few of them, Alice. I'm gonna put 1, 2, 3. The first, let me just show this to you. This beautiful big ribeye. Now, there's a reason that we call this the butcher's cut, because it is, of course, the butcher's favorite steak, and there's a reason for it. I'll explain it in just a minute. But first, let me supply you with the mountain of ribeye. I'm doing this so you get to see all of how thick they are, how juicy they are. I mean, have a look at how unctuous and delicious that ribeye looks. Here's why they taste so wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna have a little taste, Alice, because you know what? We all get benefits of our jobs, and this is the benefit of mine.
That's a big perk.
Oh my goodness. Okay, come over here, Gab. I want you to see these steaks have 2 muscles. This is the longimus dorsi, this is the spinalis dorsi. Now, why is that important? Let me hold it up so you get to see it a little better. This is the longimus, this is the spinalis. The ribeye has 2 muscles in every single steak. You also have that little bit of fat that runs through there. That makes it ultra moist. You see these little flecks of white? We call that intermuscular fat, or marbling. The reason that's so attractive to us all is because of the flavor it brings. Now, Alice, you mentioned something really important. They all come to you individually packaged. You see how frozen it is? It gets all frosty, right? So listen, they come to you packaged on dry ice, and you can see in every single one, you'll still have those fleckers of white. You'll still have those 2 beautiful muscles, the longimus and the spinalis dorsi. When you want 1 steak, you take 1 steak out. If you want 3 steaks, you take all 3 of them out. Sebastian, bring me more steak, baby, because I can't get enough of this. Now, for all of you that just picked this up, by the way, in the salmon, guess what? Guess what else goes really good with lemon, garlic, butter?
Ooh, there's an idea.
Steak. These ribeyes are so good. Thanks, bud. I'll take the fresh forward. Because here's the deal, Alice. The other thing I want everyone to know is just the quantity that you're taking. I mean, we look at this steak. Is this enough for 2 people? Of course it is. We would serve it that way in a restaurant. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, 5, 6. I'm probably going to get a dozen slices. 7, 8, more. 9, 10. Okay. 11, I'm running out of board, Alice. 12, 13, 14 slices of steak. Now, each one of them perfectly cooked, because that's how it will come to you. It'll be so easy. Look at how tender it is. Alice, it falls apart. Now, that's what was that, 14 slices of steak? 7 slices each. So if this is enough for you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's enough for your partner, guess what? Of course it feeds 2 people. I mean, you can see it right there. And like I say, the tenderness is guaranteed. Look how I don't even need to show you it with a fork or a spoon. Of course I can. Can you cut it with a spoon? Yeah, you can. Look, it just pushes apart like that very, very simply and easily. But the best part is this.
Yes, it is. Look at that.
That flavor.
I mean, you can just, you almost don't even have to chew it. Am I right?
It is melt in your mouth,
It melts
Alice.
in your mouth. I own these. I've ordered these multiple times, and I will tell you, they're some of the best steaks that you're gonna have, because if you've ever had a ribeye, it's not always as tender as you would like it to be. These are melt in your mouth, delicious and perfectly marbled. I love a steak that has a little bit of marbling to it. These are all hand trimmed that you're looking at. I mean, when you think about the quality of what you're getting 8 of these, absolutely. If you want to eat, if you can eat the whole thing, do it. I welcome you to. But for me, I ate half. I recently took a little boat trip, Chef, with Callie Northagen, and I celebrated our birthdays together on the boat. We cooked your ribeyes. We did a steak salad. And let me tell you, 2 of these lasted, I think, 3 days. They were so big. They are, but they're just delicious. And again, I use a little bit of marinade. I do like a little bit of soy sauce and a little bit of garlic salt. But start with just salt and pepper on these. It's the flavor you get from free range, from grass-fed, from Australian beef. That's the quality of what you're sourcing.
Alice, look at this.
That's amazing.
I mean, once you see how juicy and unctuous and perfectly cooked these steaks are, and because of the way we cut them, you will cook them perfectly every single time too. Now, I'm going to take you to Australia, Alice, because I want you to understand exactly where we get this stuff from. No added hormones, no growth promotants, no antibiotics. These are free-range animals, right? Now, the reason Australia has such wonderful grass-fed beef is, guess what? There's a lot of cattle in Australia. There's 20 million people, and it's about the same size as the United States. So you can imagine how much room there is for the cattle. We have beautiful raising nutrition plains of grass, and that's what's so important. When it comes to great quality beef, it has to be free range. It has to be a natural production, because you can totally and utterly taste the difference, right? So I love bringing this steak to people. I serve it in my restaurant down here at Gwen. I'm not going to tell you what we charge for one of these ribeyes, Alice, because I'll be a little embarrassed, because you can get the entire box for less than we charge in the restaurant. But you know what? Quality like this, and this is coming effectively direct from the rancher to you, right? We're not selling it through all these different people that will make all this money out of it. And I want you to see, look at this gorgeous big ribeye. Now, talk about the size, Alice. Let me just cut this for you. Let me just cut one piece. Now, you can see how juicy and perfect that is. Every single time, you just get that ridiculously unctuous, wonderful flavor of beef. I mean, you can see it, right, just by touching it. Now, if I was to pick this up and show it to you, look how it just falls apart. It needs no encouragement. It is the most tender piece of beef. The difference between grass-fed and grain-fed, Alice, is very, very slight. The difference for the animal, of course, is very different. Think about it. Would you rather be on a feedlot, standing on concrete, eating grain that's shoved down your throat, or would you rather be roaming around a field, like you're supposed to in nature, right? So this is a healthy option. It comes from my home country, Australia. It is absolutely delicious, most importantly. Oh, Alice, I've got a couple of things for you to pick up with this.
Okay.
Firstly,
the steak sauce?
Smoked cut butcher's salt.
Okay.
No, butcher's pepper. The 2 salts, fleur de sal and the obsidian. You get all 3 in the pack. And then I also have the sauces. So if I cut this up, wow, Alice, this beef is good. I mean, every single time, it never gets old for me. I tell you what, every time I taste the flavor of this beef, it blows me away. I've also got a couple of sauces for you. This is the California Cabernet, so a little bit of a red wine sauce. And then I've also got a mesquite, which is right here. This is a little bit of spice, of course, in the mesquite, kind of a bit more in a barbecue kind of a sauce style. And it comes with the smoked butcher's salt. So we actually smoke the salt for you. So just put a tiny little bit of that over the top. So that is also a set that we have available. I'm going to cut through it one more time, Alice, because I want you to see the center, and I promise I'll shut up so you can tell everyone how they can get it home, because I know we're probably crazy busy on the phone lines.
Yes, we are.
And you know what, Alice?
Oh, my God.
I mean, look at that.
You cannot do that again to us, okay? You just can't do that again. You are tormenting us. Look at the juice that comes out of those. It's incredible.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, it is. It is. And they just, it's one of my favorite things. The ribeye that you do is incredible. I'm usually a filet girl. These are so tender. It is like having a filet because it is that tender. Amazing. All 8 of these, You get them individually packaged. We're doing a feature price today. Look at this, you're saving about $40 when you order these. It has taken us forever to get these back in stock. We are just delighted to be able, I'm delighted because this is something that I've ordered. I have in my freezer right now, and I absolutely love it. Like I said, I would not typically order a ribeye, but after I tasted them here, I said, I have to have them. And every single one of them is gonna taste just like the other. I mean, hand trimmed. There is a reason why Chef Curtis Stone goes all the way to Australia to get this kind of special beef, sourcing the food that really is gonna give you that true restaurant style experience in the comfort and coziness of your home. This is the day to do it. Again, if you want these, they are going very quickly. 4 flex payments, free shipping and handling on all of our food. So if you want to add in some of those spices, I think I'm gonna try the sauces. I haven't tried those sauces, Chef.
Alice, and you know, we really put a lot of love and detail into everything that we make, as you know. But look at this beef, Alice. I mean, just by pulling it, you can just see that beef falls apart. The flavor, it has this real minerality to it. It's delicious and beefy. Oh my goodness, it has a sweetness, Alice, that you just can't quite believe. Now, if I show you this again, like I said before, the longimus dorsi, the spinalis dorsi, let me show you this. I lift that up and look at that beautiful juiciness. I mean, it is just so divine. I'll cut through it again so you get to see a couple more pieces. You know, every single one, see how perfectly even it cooks, Alice? Of course, that's because of how we're sending it home to you. So the rich, delicious quality of this beef, you know, every mouthful. Again, guys, don't take my word for it. Go and read the reviews. Just like with the salmon, customer pick every single time. Oh.
Yeah, it really is. It's that.
It's just so
It is
good.
that face. When you get this home and you take the bite, it's gonna be that face like, oh yeah, that's good. We have them just back in stock. You get 8, each one of these, 10 ounces, each one of these hand trimmed, each one of these grass-fed, free range, all the way from Australia with free shipping and handling delivered right to your front door. Take advantage of those 4 flex payments and definitely take advantage, are these